Let me first say thank you, Ms. Bryant, for the opportunity to spend a few moments with you talking about things of interest to both of us. And let me say hello to all the activists, the trade unionists, just those who have gathered tonight to just exchange some ideas and share some thoughts and just refresh ourselves on the work that we've got to do. Well, Dr. King was one of the world's great both thinkers, doers, and one who led people into a righteous path, and at the same time spent considerable time helping people think through how to achieve a better life. I was in Memphis at the time of the 1968 sanitation strike when Dr. King came to share his commitment with the 1,300 men who had gone on strike. My role was to try and help think through what we had to do, how we were going to try and do it, and make sure that the men who were struggling for a better way of life knew that the union was there to help them try and achieve that better way of life. The 1968 sanitation strike was one of the great struggles of working men, and particularly black working men, to change a system that for years and years had kept them without the possibility of changing their way of life. Dr. King saw this situation, and if we remember, Dr. King was in the midst of organizing what was then called the Poor People's Campaign, which is a real effort to put a face and the appearance on poverty as we knew it. And what Dr. King did was begin to organize and mobilize across the country, bringing just thousands and thousands of people from their cities, counties, states, bringing them to Washington, D.C. so that Congress could take a look at what poverty looks like. And it was one of the great struggles that I had the opportunity to just play a role in. And the sanitation strike was one of the great struggles of working men to improve the quality of their lives by struggling to change the system. Well, I'd say the young people, as dismal as the situation may look, it's been harder before, and we're able to do things that we never thought we could do, but we've got to get committed to doing it. As bad as times may be, they have been worse. We have made considerable changes simply by making a decision to struggle, to struggle to bring about change. And we see it every single day. I mean, a few years ago, nobody had thought that a Barack Obama would be president of the United States of America, 2 terms. Nobody thought that we would have a Kamala Harris, or we would have leaders who believed in our issue and was prepared to struggle for them. So, I mean, as difficult as it may be, change is possible. I would hope that young people would recommit or commit more themselves to bringing about change. It's not an impossible thing. What we have to do is not give up, not give in, and not assume that nothing can change. If we look at 50, 60 years ago, we would never have given a thought to the kinds of things that we see today, where we see in business, where young black folks are building businesses. They are part of the economic mainstream, and as difficult as times may be, the future holds great possibilities for being even better. Dr. King once said that religion and labor are two of the most powerful issues in our society. And I truly believe that. There's little that cannot be done if we put our minds to working with it in the context of our faith, and secondly, recognizing that organized labor is a machinery that has changed the course of history, both for wages and benefits, but changed it in the context of justice and fairness. And I think that those who have the way, the will, and the commitment to fight for a better way of life recognize that the trade union movement is that vehicle. Well, I'm just so hopeful that we not look at our current political environment and assume that all is lost. All is not lost. As I said before, we have managed to pull and develop, as the older people used to say, a way out of no way. And what we're seeing now is our younger people are understanding the political process and the relevance of it. And what they're doing is learning more and more about how do we take politics, let me say, and the political process and make public policy that's beneficial to our interests. And we can't really ask for any more than that. We ask and should ask, okay, give us an opportunity to play the game the way it's been played for years and years and years. And our young folks now are doing just that. We've got young people who are being elected to local government, city councils, county governments, congressional seats, senatorial seats. A friend of mine and a friend of ours, Hakeem Jeffries, who is now the principal leader of a major political party in the Congress. We've never had that before. We've had political leaders before, but we've never had them at the point where policy is made by them on behalf of a major piece of the political life of this nation. And I'm just thrilled by the possibilities of what we can do in the future. Good night. Thank you guys for coming. And we're looking forward to not just the beginning of this new year, but what we will do as we move through this new year.